The sound echoed through the crowded hallway, the sharp crack of a boot slamming into a backpack. Books flew across the polished floor. Papers scattered like leaves. And there she stood, Aria, frozen in place, fists clenched by her sides as laughter rang in her ears like a siren. But this time was different. Aria Jennings had never been the loud one in the room. She liked corners. She liked quiet. She liked things that made sense, books, numbers, drawing intricate little maps in the margins of her notebooks. But high school didn't care about any of that. High school was a stage, and bullies like Lexi and her pack of followers played it like a show. For years, Aria kept her head down, tried to be invisible, hoping they'd lose interest. They never did. It started with small things. Snide remarks about her thrift store clothes. Notes torn out of her hands. Then came the nicknames. Library ghost. Dead girl walking. But she held it all inside. Her mother always told her to stay strong, to rise above it. Don't sink to their level, she'd say. Aria tried. She really did. But the day they kicked her backpack. That was the day something inside her snapped. She had just turned the corner from her locker when Lexi came strutting by with her two shadows, Marla and Jess. Without warning, Lexi's boot connected with the backpack Aria had just set down. It skidded across the floor, books spilling like a broken dam. Laughter exploded around them. Oops, Lexi said with a smirk. Guess your trash wanted out. Aria looked at her books. Her sketchpad. A torn photo of her dad, gone now, the only one who ever told her she was stronger than she believed. Her hand trembled. Something welled up in her chest, rage, shame, grief. All those feelings she'd buried deep under silence, they came flooding back. No, she said quietly. Lexi raised an eyebrow. What did you say, ghost girl? Aria stepped forward. Her heart pounded so hard she thought it might shatter her ribs. I said no. The hallway quieted. Eyes turned. People paused mid-step, sensing something was happening. Lexi laughed nervously. You finally grew a spine. Without another word, Aria swung her foot, sending Lexi's leg out from under her. The queen bee hit the floor with a thud that silenced even the lockers. Gasps filled the air. Before Marla could move, Aria shifted, stepped forward, and with a precision that would have made her late father proud, drove her foot into the stomach of Jess, launching her backward into the row of lockers with a loud metallic bang. Silence. The girls didn't move. Aria stood tall, eyes scanning the stunned crowd. I'm done being your target, she said, her voice steady, louder than she ever thought it could be. Touch my stuff again, and you'll get more than a dented ego. Teachers came running. The principal was called. There were threats of suspension. But witnesses came forward, dozens of them. Kids who had seen what Aria had endured for years. Kids who were tired of watching the show and saying nothing. For once, justice didn't side with popularity. Aria didn't get suspended. Lexi did. Over the next few weeks, everything changed. Students who had never spoken to her before asked if she was okay. A boy in her math class offered to carry her books. A girl she didn't know gave her back the photo of her dad, flattened, but not ruined. People started noticing her not because she fought, but because she stood up for herself. She joined a self-defense class, not to fight, but to never feel helpless again. She started a group for other quiet kids, the strong and silent. Slowly, she found her voice not through violence, but by standing tall, unapologetically herself. Aria learned that strength wasn't about fists or fury. It was about knowing when enough was enough. That moment in the hallway wasn't about revenge. It was about reclaiming her power. And from that day on, the girl they called Ghost walked with a spine of steel.